let's get into it. So, mind you, this was 10 years ago when I dropped out of college. So much has happened in those 10 years of me dropping out of college to pursue entrepreneurship full time. So I had to make sure that I did some bullet points so I don't start rambling and going completely off topic. Okay. But okay, so let's just start here. So over 10 years ago, I graduated high school and I knew for a fact that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, but I didn't know how to go about doing that and being successful at it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go to school for psychology and I'm going to open up a group home and I'm just going to give back in that way. And I also had this dream at one point that I was going to go to NYU and become a journalist and be a Victoria's Secrets model. I had all types of dreams when I was in high school, but that is one dream in particular that I just knew I was going to accomplish. However, I did not go to NYU and I did not become a Victoria's Secrets model. Okay. But I did go to college and I was studying psychology because I wanted to open up a group home, mainly because that has always been a passion of mine, giving back, speaking to young girls, speaking to young women, and just encouraging them and equipping them with knowledge to become their best selves. And so that just sounded like, something that I can go after. Psychology, group home, successful. However, I also was going into college because, like I said, I didn't know how to go about becoming an entrepreneur full time. And I didn't want to be looked at in a way that was like, what are you doing with your life? So I was like, let me just go to school. So, anywho, I went to college and my second semester of freshman year, I got invited to this. Let me see. It was kind of like I got invited to this event, and there was a speaker there by the name of Johnny Wimbrey. And I'm not sure if you guys heard of him, but he's been on the Oprah show. He's an author. He has done some work with Les Brown. He's like a motivational speaker. He's in the category with Tony Robbins and them. So I went to this speaking engagement to see him. And while I was there, he was speaking about residual income, making money work for you. He was, doing his motivational spill. Long story short, I was so inspired by that moment, by his speech, that I was like, oh my God. It was like a light switch flipped on in my head. And it's like I instantly understood how I was going to become an entrepreneur. Like it just all made sense. And in that very moment, I decided I was going to drop out of college, y'all. Like, no lie. Like, I went to that speaking engagement and then I never went back to college. I just completely dropped out of college. Like, I didn't finish my semester. I was in the middle of a group project. I just stopped going. Like, I was so like, oh my God, that y'all just straight up dropped out of college. Like, I didn't even go back. Didn't even finish the semester. Just completely moved by his speech that I just felt so empowered that I could do anything. And dropping out of college was the first thing that I was going to do. And then also with that whole moment, it was actually, so this was my first time becoming aware of network marketing. So it was actually a network marketing pitch overall. And I did get involved with the business and I ended up actually making money like right away. So that was like more motivation for me to just stop the whole college thing, because I was like, the money wasn't coming in and I was just so excited. But fast forward, I did end up hitting like a rough patch during this time, and I just lost all motivation to pursue this business that I was doing, and I just completely stopped. And so at this point, I dropped out of college. It was like a year and a half later. I'm out of college. I have no motivation to do this business anymore because it just started to feel, just from my experience, I started to feel like I wasn't really in control, and that the people that I was working with within this network marketing company, they have more of the control and trying to tell me what to do. And I have a thing with being told what to do, and just being controlled. And it just started to feel like I was working for somebody and not working for myself. So I was like, this is not what I want to do. So long story short, I stopped doing that, and then I just went on a whole nother journey of just trying to figure out who I am and what I really wanted. And y'all, that took me on a whole ride. Like, I went from traveling around the country, going to all these different speaking, uh, motivational seminars and all these things, to living back home with my family and not knowing what I was going to do. I picked up some job. I was making like $7 an hour, bringing home like $100 a week. And I just was completely like lost. At that point, I wasn't in school. I wasn't building no business together. I was poured in. Okay. I was working some part-time jobs and I was poured in. And so I was doing that. And then eventually I got a job that actually helped me establish myself independently. And so that became like my primary focus. So I went from dropping out of college to pursue entrepreneurship to now working full time for a company that I was like, I'm going to grow in this company. I'm going to do all these things. And nowhere near my entrepreneurship goals, or nowhere near the original reason why I dropped out of college. Like, now here I am working for somebody, and that was never the goal. But the money was good, and I really enjoyed, the money was good. And so I enjoy having money and doing my thing. At this point, I'm traveling and stuff. So, excuse me, y'all, the chair is hitting the wall and that ain't gonna work. Okay, so anyway, fast forward, I'm working this job, and sure enough, 2 years go by, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I lose all motivation. I was like, I don't want to work here anymore. I can't do this. I don't even know who I am anymore, and where am I going with this? Okay, because I started getting involved in some things, y'all, and it just was not like, the plot was not, it was thickening, but it wasn't thickening for a good resolve. It was like going downhill. Okay, so yeah, so at that point, I quit my job again. I quit a job that I actually was, you know, allowing me to establish myself as a young woman. I quit that job completely and I took out a loan. I was like, you know what? I'm going to self publish a book. I'm going to become a speaker. I'm going to travel the world and I'm going to be a successful author, and all of my entrepreneurship dreams will come true. And I did. I quit the job. I did take out a loan and I did self publish a book. And the year I self published this book was 2020. And while I'm putting together this marketing plan of publishing my book, and I'm going to reach out to these people, I'm going to go travel and all of these things to promote my book, the world shuts down. And this is my second, at this point, this is my second goal at pursuing entrepreneurship full time. The world shuts down. I end up selling books, yes, online, but I couldn't really do anything like physically. So that took me on a whole nother journey, to the point where not only did I lose momentum, I lost my faith and my confidence within myself, because I feel like I was experiencing so much opposition. I'm like, how the world gonna shut down, bruh? Like, finally, I want to take on my entrepreneurship journey and take it seriously. And now the world gonna shut down. So that took me on a whole nother journey of self discovery and trying to figure out what I want and who I am and all of these things, and trying to work through financial things, because like I said, the world shut down. I was living on my own at this point. So okay, it wasn't just about entrepreneurship, it was about making sure I kept a roof over my head. So it was a lot. The point of my story is, guys, 10 years ago I dropped out of college. No warning, cold turkey, just, I'm done with this college thing. I dropped out of college to pursue entrepreneurship, and 10 years later, I finally feel that, I not only do I feel, okay, baby, because we ain't just feeling, okay, I know that I am on the path that's going to take me to that place of seeing my hopes and my desires come into fruition when it comes to entrepreneurship. And that has always been my ultimate goal. Despite me picking up jobs here and there, despite me going to college to get my psychology degree and thinking it was going to go one route, I always knew I wanted to work for myself and be my own boss, because I could just never get with the whole working for somebody and being told what to do. Like, just that doesn't work with me and my anatomy. It doesn't work. And for some people it does, and I'm not knocking it. However, I'm just not designed that way to be on somebody else's time, making them rich. I'm like, yo, I want to be I want to be in the position they're in. I want to be telling somebody what to do and them helping me to become rich. Like, why can't I be that person? Okay, so I'm saying all that to say that it took 10 years, y'all. It took 10 years for me to finally get to a point of seeing like it happening, like it's materializing. And even though it's happening and it's materializing, it's still at its beginning stages. Like, I'm still playing the game when it comes to building my own business and being an entrepreneur and walking out on faith. A lot of it is giving more than I'm receiving. Like, yes, I have a system in place, I have things in order. However, I'm not at the point of my entrepreneurship career where my journey has completely allowed for me to sustain myself financially, but it is positioning me to make connections and to grow and to expand my brand and my business in a very global way. So the point of this video also is to encourage you to not give up. Don't give up. Present day, I am building my business and I do still do some things on the side part-time, just to kind of keep that cash flow coming in. But I'm more focused than ever. Like, I know exactly what I want, I know exactly where I'm going. I'm unmoved by the things that are happening around me. This is mine, this isn't nobody else's. And so all of that just feels so good. But anywho, it has been nice talking with you guys. I missed you guys. Thank you for watching. Like the video, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.